তাহলে তোমরা তৈরি? Pawan, are you sure you are doing the right thing?
Yes, I'm sure. Aren't you the one who told me, Vasudha, that every person should follow his or her own star? That's what I'm doing. Following my star and I'll see where it leads me.
But there will be very, very hard days ahead. And it's a very hard place you are going to.
Yes. Perhaps that's why I'm going.
And my Shonamuni? Are you also sure of what you are doing?
I would not be going if I wasn't, Baba.
That means you are following Pawan.
No, I'm just following my own star. Seems its course runs the same as his. Can I help that?
বেশ, তবে তাই হোক। রওনা দাও তোমরা তাহলে, and take my blessings, both of you.
Tanaz, do you think that's a revolving door out there? That you keep just walking in and walking out of my life whenever you feel like it?
I know you're upset because I left so suddenly, but Aakash, I asked you to come and you refused. You should have been there in Edinburgh. You should have heard the applause.
That's exactly why I didn't come. That's not what I want from life.
You don't want praise or critical acclaim for your own play?
That is not why I wrote it.
Why did you write it?
I wrote that play because I could not write it. Do you understand that?
No.
I didn't expect you to.
I could if you'd explain.
If you haven't understood it, there is no point in me trying to explain to you.
There you go again. You're so complex, Aakash. Figuring you out is like building a ship inside a glass jar. I never know what I'm doing right or wrong.
So why don't you just give up and leave?
I know why you wrote it. Because your play is crying out to be created, your mind to be set free. Oh, gosh. I know that writers need to write to breathe.
You surprised me. How did you figure that out?
Don't you see, I'm the only one that loves you for who you are, what you are. Your dreams, I can see them, and I can see them being set free. Not like Vanita, who only wants to domesticate you, or Varsha, who is only into this tragic romantic ideal. Gosh, I love you holistically. The man and the artist. The dream and the reality. I love you for who you are. And I'm the only one that can pin this Aakash down on earth.
Oh, I'm so impressed. Why don't you try your hand at writing sometime?
Oh, knock it off. You're such a silly fool sometimes. Don't you see? If you rush into this marriage with Varsha, you may think you're happy. You may even feel happy. But you'll be destroying yourself bit by bit by bit.
Maybe you should try your hand at astrology, since you're so confident that you know everything that's going to happen.
I know what you're mad about, scared of. You can't figure me out, can you? You hate the way I hog the limelight, the publicity, and the media attention.
So you admit that you deliberately stole the show from me during the play?
Of course I do, yes. I had to.
Oh, why? Who forced you?
You forced me. You're always so publicity shy, always bitching about the press and gossipy snippets in the papers. If I'd left you alone, you would have alienated the press and your play would have been ripped into snippets.
So you buttered up the press to make sure they would be on our side?
That's right. And since you didn't want to pose for pictures and doing interviews with you was like pulling teeth, I had to let them use me as the figurehead of the show. And yeah, so I got a lot of the applause. But I had to because the play deserved to get some praise. And Aakash, that's exactly what happened.
I don't want to argue with you, Tanaz. You seem to have answers for everything. But one thing I will admit, I don't hate you. In fact, I understand you better than you think I do. You are probably the first real 90s woman I've ever known. A person who refuses to be confined to a gender, refuses to be pigeonholed into any traditional slot. And I admire that. I admire you one hell of a lot, Tanaz. In fact, if you ever write your biography, it's going to be a huge bestseller. Because your whole life is about actions taken, decisions made, results, and just more results.
Oh, then why won't you take me back into your life?
Because you don't need me. You're completely self-contained. You're like a country inhabited by one person, Tanaz Patel. And I have nothing to give you.
Well, of course you do. I want you more than anything else in the world.
Yes, I know that. But I'm not the jury prize at the Edinburgh Festival to be won by you. I'm not Ashok Mathur or David Parker or Jonathan Parker or any of those men. I'm just a man carrying a rainbow, looking for a place to set it down. A bubble that I can fill with color. A silence that I can decorate with words. That's what I am, Tanaz. A man of words. You're a woman of action. We would never work out.
We worked out fine the last time.
The last time was the last time. Barsha needs me. Ayush needs me. I need to be needed. It makes me feel necessary. It gives me a sense of what life is.
I need you too.
No, you don't. You don't need anybody. That's what makes you so different, so special. And so alone.
I love you. Isn't that enough?
It's too much. You need more than just me or my love. You need success, fame, fortune. You need to hold the world in your fist and feel its heart pounding. That's why I won't let you stay, Tanaz. You have places to go, things to do. You have your own dream to fulfill. Just go, Tanaz. Just get the hell out of here.
This can't be it.
He said very clearly, the last hut in this line.
But this is squalid.
But when it's a village hut, not a duplex on Park Street.
Yes, of course. But cleanliness is not a prerogative of wealth. I mean, God, we can't live here.
Well, we are living here. And since we are, we'll just have to clean it out ourselves. You do remember how to use a jharu, don't you?
It smells worse than a cow shed.
So we'll wash it out. We'll sweep it out and we'll keep it clean.
Did you see the other huts when we were coming here? They weren't like this.
Because they're lived in.
No, it's not that. They had given us the filthiest, most polluted hut in the village. And did you see them smirking when we were talking?
How can you blame them? After all, to them, we're just tourists or eccentric slummers.
We are not slumming. The reason we are here is to activate those villagers into rehabilitation, to put into effect the schemes that we've designed to improve and change Dakshineshwar.
And we will. But we both agreed that the best way to do it is by living here amongst the villagers, by being accepted as one of them.
This is hardly acceptance. To be thrown into the neighborhood pigsty.
Are you having second thoughts?
No. It's just that after all we've done for these people, if they're still skeptical about our intentions,
Hold on.
then...
What exactly have you done? All right, you've managed to stop Ghosh and his goons from their rampaging, and you brought some semblance of law and order to Dakshineshwar, but...
I have focused statewide attention on the plight of these people. Every politician in West Bengal knows about Dakshineshwar. This matter has been brought up in Parliament.
No, Pawan, that's just the point. You're talking about media attention and publicity. That's exactly what they're wary of. These people are afraid of college-educated Shohrer babus like you. You walk in here trailing reporters, making a big show of doing grassroots-level work, holding emaciated babies and planting saplings. That's why they're so contemptuous of us, so suspicious.
So what do I do to gain their trust?
Earn it.
How?
By living here, whatever the conditions, by proving to them that you are one of them, that you can take whatever they have to live with and still come out smiling. By doing what you and I came here to do, Pawan, make a difference from a grassroots level upwards.
You're right. This is not about me, na? Or about my comfort, or even about us. This is about them.
See, you're not a complete write-off after all.
That's a very rude thing to say to your newlywed husband.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Well, what do you advocate? Wife battering?
I'm advocating wife... I'll leave you to complete that.
Well, let's see now. Let's complete that in the privacy of our home.
अरे डाको ना
সরকার সাহেব সরকার সাহেব
নমস্কার
নমস্কার সাহেব
আপনার জন্য কি করতে পারি আমি?
আপনি এখানে এসেছেন কেন?
আপনার সাহায্য করতে।
সজ্জা কি প্রকারে?
দক্ষিণেশ্বর যেমন ছিল তেমন বানাতে।
ব্যাস
আর কি?
যেদিন আমাদের খবরের কাগজ এবং দূরদর্শনে আমাদের জন্য লিখেছিল সেদিন শহর থেকে কত লোক এসেছিল। তারা সবাই মিলে বলেছে আমাদের সাহায্য করবে, কিন্তু তারা আমাদের ছবি তুলে নিয়ে গিয়ে আমাদের বোকা বানিয়ে চলে গেছে। আর যাওয়ার সময় বলে গেছে যে তোমাদের আমরা অনেক সাহায্য করব, কিন্তু তাদের মধ্যে কেউ আর ফিরে আসেনি।
দেখো, আমি ওদের মতো নই।
আমরা কি করে জানবো?
কারণ আমার নাম সরকার। এই মাসে আপনার সাহায্য কে করেছে? আমি করেছি। Do I have to spell it out?
Don't get upset. They're just trying to test your sincerity.
That's what I find particularly galling. If it wasn't for me, they'd still be living in the shadow of Ghosh's Gunda Raj. And now they are questioning my motives.
সরকার সাহেব, আপনি এখানে একজন অতিথি হিসেবে থাকতে পারেন, কিন্তু আপনি কোনোদিন মনে করবেন না যে আমাদের সাহায্য করব।
This is too much. This is too much. Do I have to prove myself to the very people I want to help?
Yes.
Please explain to them. They know they need this help. They need help for medical facilities, for sanitation, for local self-government. They need help to solve their land disputes. I mean, Ghosh and his gundas have set them back 20 years. Madhu, we need to repair, install systems for them.
Yes, Babun, but before you can do all that, you need to forge a bond with these people.
How can I, when they doubt my very intentions?
How can you blame them? After the caravan of glory-seeking politicians and so-called social workers that have been traipsing through here, dispensing Sunday morning social aid.
Yes, but I'm not one of them.
But they won't know it till you prove it to them. They're just afraid you're seeking more publicity for yourself.
Fine. That's one thing I can assure them. From today onwards, there will be no more publicity. I'm sick and tired of those goddamn interviews anyway. আমি আপনাদের একটা শপথ দিতে চাই আজকে থেকে দক্ষিণেশ্বরে কিছু পাবলিসিটি হবে না টেলিভিশন ক্রু আসবে না প্রেস রিপোর্টার্স আসবে না
ঠিক আছে
ঠিক আছে
এটা কি
Ayush, where have you kept my pen? Boy.
Varsha, I've got some great news.
Hold on a second. When did you meet Tanaz?
Who said I met Tanaz? What's this? She came over yesterday.
She came over and you didn't tell me?
But what was I supposed to do? Call you in the middle of the night and yell, hey, Tanaz was here?
She came over in the middle of the night?
I didn't say that.
Did she spend the night here, Aakash?
Are you crazy?
When it comes to other women in your life, I am. I know that woman. She's a man-eater.
Well, I'm not listed on her menu anymore.
Why did she come here? What was the excuse she gave to come?
I don't know. Maybe she wanted a part in the play. Look, let's just forget about Tanaz for the moment. You won't believe who I met today and what he told me.
Quentin Tarantino, and he wants you to write his next film.
Menezes.
Oh, God. Don't tell me he wants to reopen the Jonathan Parker case again.
No. He's on the verge of catching your father's killer, Abhimanyu.
What?
He's got some new evidence against him and he's going to file charges against him in the next day or two.
They had him before. But they had to let him go on some technicality. I know how these things work, Aakash.
Listen, this is different. He's really going to get the guy this time.
That's nice.
Aren't you happy?
What difference does it make? Whether they arrest the killer or not. Whether they punish him or not. It's not going to get Baba back. And that's the only thing that matters.
Well, at least justice will be done.
Justice is no substitute for a father.
Well, I would take justice over father any day.
That's an odd thing to say.
I had an odd childhood.
Is that because you lost your parents both so early?
It was bad enough that my mother died of cancer. But my father...
What happened to him, Aakash? You never told me even at MII. You've always been so evasive.
Varsha, I can tell you anything in the world. But there's one thing that I never want to talk about. My father.
One mouthful of sky. a star and give me your hand. Divided we fall.